Good afternoon, all, and welcome to the 37th episode of That Book Falling Down. No, the Huddy Hui. So, the Huddy Hui on today. And of course, it's level 3. Some of us can go back to work. Some of us are still stuck at home, aren't we, Adam?
Well, that book belongs in quarantine. That was a disgraceful moment from the host, but we have a very good guest today. Far from disgrace. We're very excited to have one of the best players in the Pride on the show.
Oh, we certainly do. She's played a fullback wing. She's a product of Old Boys University's women's side there, and a product of the great St Mary's College in Wellington that has produced many great rugby players over the last decade in Wellington. It is Georgia Daals, who is our guest this afternoon on the Huddy Hui. Georgia, many thanks for coming on. The Pride season had got off to a relatively good start, a close loss to Canterbury, and then a last-minute win against Counties Manukau and Waikato, but now we're back in lockdown. And what are you doing for yourself to keep yourself busy in preparation if we do go back and play rugby?
Hey guys. So basically each week our trainer sets us up with some goals to run, which is so hard just to run by yourself. So I'm looking forward to heading back to training. But some of the girls have got on to a 3K run each day, which is very motivating.
Now, Georgia, tell us about your time in Japan, because you've recently come back to New Zealand.
Yeah, so I think maybe 2017, I just got a random call from John Fiso, because I went to NZIS, and he's like, "Oh, there's an opportunity in Japan. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sweet." So I went over with back then with my partner. And then I've had the time of my life. I've learned so much rugby over there. At the start, I was like, "What the hell am I doing?" Because we just passed for an hour. But then, it's been the best experience ever.
And I understand there was a Kiwi duo coaching the team.
Yeah, so Muzz and Brent, but I think I don't even know Muzz's real name. I think it's Crystal Kawa, both Kawas. So, and they're two little kids with we're basically family now, and they taught me everything I know.
And they were a part of the Hamilton Girls program that was very successful. And that program has rather notorious avenues for preparing players. How hard were the Kawas?
At the start, so hard. Oh my God, I don't know what I got myself into. I thought passing was bad, but just in 30-degree heat doing Broncos, 200 meters, I was like, "Are you serious? I need a pay rise, come on." But at the end, end results, if we win, it's all good.
And tell us about the competition in Japan, because I understand it's both 7s and 15s.
Yeah, so over there, our 7s competition is so short, man. It's 4 months, 3 months, and we have 4 tournaments in there, and it's bang, bang, back to front, which is so hard. And then 15s is from maybe November till February, so a bit longer. And but freezing cold. We like playing the snow. It's ridiculous.
So, Georgia, you're a product of St Mary's College, and just before we got on to here, you were born in Wainuiomata and moved to Wellington. Tell us about St Mary's College, because in the last decade, they have been extremely dominant in girls rugby, in particular 7s rugby as well.
Yeah, so I think when I was there, so long ago, we had I think it was only enough players for 10 people, so we played 10s. And then, to be honest, we just would kick the ball. It's kind of like soccer. We'd kick it and chase and score. But, we weren't as good as they are now. The girls coming out of there are, just on fire, Lyric and Dice, obviously, So, yeah.
And who was the coach?
Oh, damn, I can't even remember. Sorry. I think one of the girls'
Was it the football teacher?
No, you think so? No, I think it was just one of the girls' dads who helped out and stuff, and we're like, "Oh yeah, as long as we've got a coach, we'll play."
Right, and what was your response when St Mary started winning after you left? I mean, you must have been a bit envious.
Yeah, goddamn. Why now? Always why now? No, I was happy for them. They're good.
And I understand you did some time at the Open Polytechnic. So tell us about your studies there.
Yeah, so after St. Mary's, I went to NZIS, and then I went to Open Polytech, I think, for maybe 2 more years. And I got my bachelor in management, and then I just like straight away headed off to Japan straight after that. So pretty lucky.
And Old Boys University, in between your trip to Japan, tell us about that club.
Oh God, crazy. No, they're a good bunch of people. The bridge is always a good lot of fun on a Saturday night after a game, you know. And no, they're good. That's probably where I met one of my coaches who's been real influential on my life and stuff. So obviously, big thanks to them.
And who's that?
Gary Hilston.
Tell us more.
So he's the dude who, the Challenge Cup.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
He donated the Challenge Cup for just the women's rugby down here. And I don't know, he kind of took me under his wing because I was like a little 18-year-old, didn't know what was going on. And he would take the extra time out to help me pass and everything, you know.
I hope you learned to pass properly, because evidently in your school career you were kicking the whole time.
Yeah. I still don't know about my left-hand pass. So the right's all right, but the left is a bit wobbly.
So as well as playing in Japan, you also were part of the World University Championship for New Zealand, and that was hosted at Swansea University. So tell us about going to a big international university tournament like that.
Oh, the memories. So we went with, I think Jack was our coach, who's now the Pride coach. And we had like Amanda, Lizzie, Jonah in the team also, who we played Pride with. And like, it was kind of funny because everyone was like, oh yeah, New Zealand, like you're the man at rugby, like, you know. But we get there, we've had like 2 trainings, and like I don't know, it was a bit of a shambles, but now I look back, it was so much fun. But you know, all I can say is I think we beat Australia, but I'm not going to tell you what place that was for.
So for the Wellington Pride, I was doing a bit of a story about your career so far, and there was a very famous semi-final in 2015 against Counties Manukau, and you were trailing by 1 point, and Amy Sartorius was involved in the setup of this try that you scored, Georgia. Tell us about that semi-final.
I guess we still leave it to the last minute, but no, I can't really remember. I just remember that year was like a lot of fun. And then I still, to this day, it was still was draw and pass. He just drew and pass and then set me free, and then the rest was history.
Of course, Amy Sartorius is your assistant coach this year, and she was playing for Norths, and she's also been a guest.
And Counties Manukau has...
And she's a real influence for the girls. And what was it like playing against when you're playing against your assistant coach in the Wellington club competition this year?
So I did actually play club rugby this year.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm sure I've played against her before, and she's just I was nearly about to swear. She's just a unit.
Just trying to see if Adam's there. I think he might have been lagging a bit. Are you there, Adam?
I hope so. I was just going to say, Counties Manukau have become great rivals of the Pride. Tell us about the most recent match where you won in the last minute.
Yeah, oh, man, I still don't know why we do it to ourselves, and leave it to that last minute. But I just remember something happened. We got the ball turned over, and then they scored, and then we got the ball back again, and we kicked it into their 22 or something. And then we just had the ball for finally more than 5 phases. And when we can hold the ball, we score. So I was like, oh my God, we should do it. We can do it. And then we just spread them wide, and then we scored. Like, honestly, it sounds so simple, but yeah.
And of course, you mentioned that
you made a run down the western sideline. Tell us about that.
Yeah. All I was thinking was that my massive work on is ball placement, and then I got tackled. I was like, okay, ball placement, keep your feet in, keep your feet in. Then I was like, okay, perfect ball placement, and send it wide, and then we sent it, and we scored. So yeah.
And of course, we mentioned off here before that if aiming possibly to be a Black Fern one day or representative honours, and of course you were part of the Ignite Red Bull Sevens last year. Tell us about that program that's been in its second year, and it's almost a week-long thing. Tell us about that experience.
Oh man, so they named me, but then I headed back to Japan, so I can't really say much about it. But sorry.
That's all right. No, that's all good. That's all good.
Now, why did you go to Japan? You could have been at the Olympic Games.
That's right.
Nah.
In Japan.
I know. But no. I just had to go back. I signed my contract, so I had to go back.
And tell us, what's the ambition for the Pride once the season resumes?
Oh, I think we want to take it out. Like we've got the goods. We've got everything. We just need to get it out there on the paddock, gel as a team, which it's coming. We're a relatively new team, heaps of young players coming through, which are bringing the energy. The competition at training for jerseys is intense. Like there's finally good competition where it's not just yours. Like you actually have to own it this season. So trainings are this year amazing. Like I love it.
We had Aisha Letiainga on the program a few weeks ago, and she apologised for every defender that she'd fended off on the way to the try line. What's your response to that?
Nah, she's just too modest. We at training, you should hear her, man. She's like, oh yeah, I ran past actually 151 people, and I'm like, whoa, why did you say that then? Nah, you know what she's like, just modest and humble.
So that was a completely fake answer.
maybe, but I don't know. I'm not knocking on my teammate, but yeah.
Georgia, it's a big year for women's rugby in New Zealand next year. There's, fingers crossed is that there's the Women's World Cup here in New Zealand being played up in Auckland and Whangarei. If you ever had the opportunity to represent the Black Ferns in a World Cup in New Zealand, is that something you would aspire to?
Yeah, I think so. But for me, my goal is just to have fun, really, with rugby. And then if I get there, I get there. There's I think a Hurricanes competition coming up for the women. So same again. If I grew up watching the Hurricanes and stuff like that, so I think if I could be selected for that, that probably would be a big dream come true for me. But the end result is just to have fun. If I'm not having fun, I'm not being me. So, that's
Tell
a true
us more
answer.
about that Super Rugby competition.
So I think it's from the Farah Palmer Cup, and then I think some girls will get drafted into say the Blues, the Chiefs, the Hurricanes, and there's a Crusaders team. And then so if you get selected, you get selected. And then I think it's up in February. But yeah, who knows with COVID or what's going to happen these days, really,
Can you please make sure the Crusaders don't win that competition too?
Mate, I know, okay. I try my hardest.
Well, Georgia, it's been fantastic having you on the Huddy Hui this afternoon. And hopefully when we're allowed to be back out there watching rugby, you're out there too, playing for Wellington Pride.
Thanks for having me, guys. This was awesome.
No worries. Thank you, Georgia.
Great, thank you.
Well, Adam, level 2 is a possibility here in Wellington and everywhere south of Auckland next week. And there's a real chance that we could have some sport on in 2 weeks' time.
Absolutely fantastic, the prospect of sport. So College Sport Wellington have released their guidelines and dates in regards to sport. So there will be a stand-down period, which involves training. So that doesn't include us hapless spectators. And then later in the month, there will be sport. The Premier One final will either be on the 19th or the 24th of September. So mark those dates down. And all the other finals that College Sport Wellington sponsor will be in and around that period. Basketball, football, rugby, juniors. It's going to be fantastic if Auntie Jacinda lifts or lowers the levels.
Well, it's all decided on Monday, and hopefully so, because a few of us are probably a bit annoyed having to take it home and on Zoom calls. But that is the Huddy Hui for this afternoon. We'll bring you an episode next week. But in the meantime, keep yourself safe and ciao for now.